Hello, my fellow Russian voters. We've got an article here out of Breitbart.com entitled Federally Funded Rescue Organization Seeks Mother's Day Gifts for Migrants on U.S. Border. Oh boy, this kind of stuff again, just infinite sliver loopholes of money going to non-citizens. Absolutely bonkers. Absolutely bonkers, as far as I'm aware. That's what this sounds like. The International Rescue Committee, which receives millions of dollars through the Department of Health and Human Services Office of Refugee Resettlement, is soliciting money to pay for gifts for migrants on the U.S. border with Mexico. When families flee their homes, they often leave with nothing but the clothes on their backs. The committee's website states, at the U.S.-Mexico border and in crisis areas around the world, we provide families with emergency support and the basic necessities they need to survive and recover. Emergency kits can include food, water, diapers, hygiene items, clothing, and other critical supplies. $60 can provide refugee and asylum-seeking parents with immediate and critical supplies to help them care for their families, the website states. The website also states that Airbnb is involved in its efforts and will match gifts up to $500,000 until midnight on Mother's Day. Despite its federal funding, the non-profit organization is highly critical of President Donald Trump's immigration policies. It's common sense immigration policies, more like it. All right, let me go over this a little bit again. Soliciting money. Let us continue. In April, The Guardian published an interview with the committee CEO David Miliband, who claims Trump is manufacturing a crisis at the U.S.-Mexico border to justify his hardline immigration plans. 30 million invasion is not manufactured by Trump. It's manufactured by anti-patriots, if anything. The U.S. government is failing in its most basic responsibilities, never mind as a global leader, but as a local example of how a civilized country should behave, Miliband, who is British, said in the interview. The committee issued a report on the border crisis, blaming Trump for the surge in illegal immigration and failure to help Central American countries. However, as Breitbart News reported, the United States under Trump pledged $10 billion in economic aid to southern Mexico and Central America. That ain't no good. The article reports that the committee has set up shop at bus stations in Arizona to connect with migrants entering the U.S. If this is what I think it is, if it's U.S. dollars paying for illegals, if that's what this is, it needs to be shut down. I'm suspicious it is. At least that's what I would be taking from this. It's not quite 100% clear to me, but refugee and asylum-seeking parents. Boy, that couldn't be a Trojan horse. Think of how that could be a Trojan horse in a million ways. We could be tricked into Um, with it saying their stance on Trump immigration, different things, I would imagine this is that this is pertinent to non-citizens. So not ideal situation. Can't have incentives, common sense. No incentives for invaders, no loopholes, no benefits, perks, any of that. Just common sense, or else you get an invasion. We can't fund an invasion. American citizens first. Money should not be looted and tossed to non-citizens. That's how a country gets conquered. Imagine if Rome did this for the Gauls. The Gauls were invading, and the Romans wanted to supply them. It's a recipe for Rome to get conquered. Common sense. As much as you might want to help those in need, it can be Trojan horsey. So, or imagine the Chinese giving aid to the Mongols. Let alone if 30 million had already invaded. I'm a little slow and cautious on this one because it just seems slightly unclear. But I do believe it's talking about illegals, so I will hold on my stance, my common sense stances for this stuff. So let me know what you think. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for more. I will skip ahead. As always, take it cool and feel free to subscribe.